Senator Joseph Kamau. Senator Joseph Kamau. Any senator holding his brief, that statement is dropped. Senator Beatrice Ogola.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to read my statement. Honorable Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources regarding the measures taken by the Lake Victoria South Water Services Board to restore water supply in the Ndiwa borehole. Honorable Speaker, in the statement, the committee should, 1, state when the broken down system will be repaired, stating when the supply of water from the Ndiwa borehole will resume. 2, state when the rehabilitation of the water supply system will be done, clarifying whether this rehabilitation would include the distribution line. 3, provide timelines for the upscaling of the distribution lines to accommodate the growth of the town. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, sir, undertake a visit to the Ndiwa water supply borehole to assess the situation and determine the extent of the loss incurred due to the inoperation of the public investment. Senator Beatrice Akinyi Ogola, MP.
The Honorable Senator Prof. Tom Ojenda.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I have 3 statements. The first statement is on the state of healthcare and medical services offered at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital in Kisumu County. I rise to Understanding Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Health regarding the state of health and medical services offered at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital in Kisumu County. In the statement, the committee should, 1, provide records of births and deaths at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital. 2, table a report on funds allocated to Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Hospital by both the national government and county government of Kisumu, as well as the projects funded by the same for the financial years 2019 to 2020 to date. 3, provide a breakdown of resource allocation to Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Referral and Teaching Hospital by both national and county governments of Kisumu, including health and medical personnel and experts, as well as specialized health and medical equipment. And lastly, explain the gaps in resource allocation and the effect of such shortages on the quality and quantity of healthcare and medical services offered at the institution, and whether there is efficient utilization of allocated resources, stating measures to remedy any leaks or misuse of resources. Mr. Speaker, sir, my second statement is on measures to enhance tourism resources and tourist potential in Kisumu County. I rise, Mr. Speaker, sir, pursuant to Order 53-1, to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism on measures taken to enhance tourism resources and tourist potential in Kisumu County. In the statement, the committee should, 1, provide the extent of mapping of tourist sites in Kisumu County, stating policies in place, if any, to ensure that Kisumu County and the Lake region as a whole are robustly developed as tourist destinations. Secondly, provide an overview of resource allocation by the national and county governments for the promotion of Kisumu County as a premier tourist destination in Kenya and East Africa. And lastly, state whether there is efficient utilization of resources allocated towards the development of the tourism sector in Kisumu County and marketing in Kisumu County, providing statements of accounts of allocated resources and revenue generated from tourism in Kisumu County. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, sir, I have a statement on the water and sanitation situation in Katito town in Kisumu County. I rise under Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources regarding the water and sanitation situation in Katito town and its environs in Kisumu County. In the statement, the committee should, 1, provide an update on the status of water sanitation in Katito town, located in Nyakach sub-county in Kisumu County, stating measures taken by Kisumu Water and Sewerage Company, Kiwasco, to effectively resolve the water shortage experienced in the area by replacing old pipes, and provide an overview of county budgetary allocation and operational plans developed by Kiwasco to facilitate the overhaul of water sanitation infrastructure in Nyakach sub-county. That is all, Mr. Speaker, sir. Thank you.
Statement pursuant to Standing Order 56-1, the Chairperson, Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations, Senator Abbas.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to present the statement on the recent closure of county assemblies, pursuant to Standing Order 56-1A of the Senate Standing Orders, to make a statement relating to the matter for which the committee is responsible for that the recent closure of 16 county assemblies. As you will recall, during the afternoon sitting of the Senate, Thursday, 8th June 2023, the issue of county assemblies adjoining Sindai was canvassed by the Senate by Honorable Senator Samson Cherigay, MP, who requested you, the Speaker, to direct the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations to look into the matter. In addition, the committee received a correspondence communicating the resolution of the group of members of the county assemblies named the Association of Members of the County Assemblies, AMCA, which represent about over 2,000 members across the assemblies. In this correspondence, the National Executive Committee drew the attention of the Senate to the resolution number 7, which stated that unless all the resolutions were considered within 14 days of the adoption, all the 47 counties assemblies could adjourn indefinitely on the first official assembly sitting after expiry of the 14 days. The 14 days have since lapsed following the issuance of the notice on 3rd May 2023, and consequently 16 county assemblies have been reported to have adjourned Sindai. In light of the emerging situation in the county assemblies, Honorable Speaker directed the Standing Committee of Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations to investigate this matter and report to the Senate within 1 week. Following your directions, the committee took a two-pronged approach to address the issue. The committee held a retreat with the county assemblies forum to impress on current status of the county assemblies and position of the county assembly forum on the emergence of the county MCA's association. The committee chairperson met formally with a small team of executive members of the association or members of county assemblies, AMCA, to listen to their concerns. Honorable Speaker, following the deliberation of CAF and AMCA, the following issues for consideration arose. The county assemblies required financial autonomy to effectively execute their mandates as provided for the Constitution and other applicable laws. The financial autonomy will provide for all the constitutional and other applicable laws of the financial economy, so that the autonomy will accord them independent to effectively oversight the county executive. The remuneration and benefit members of the county assemblies need to be reviewed by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, SRC. Members of the county assemblies are poorly compensated and remunerated and do not enjoy benefits that a member of overseeing award should be. The SRC be advised to reinstate the preliminary allowances for MCAs, being the best practice for the legislative assemblies. Kenya Revenue Authority be required to revoke revert and refund the 30% tax levied on members' car reimbursement, noting that the fund is an automatic privilege and/or facilitated fund for the honorable members upon assuming office and not benefit, as it has been misconstrued by the authority as demonstrated in the advisory to the clerk of the County Assembly of Tana River, County Reference P051432767073, dated 9th November 2022. There is need for the pensions and gratuity terms of members of the County Assemblies to be provided. Further, the committee established that County Assembly Forum and the county members of the Assembly members of the Assembly, AMCA, are both clamoring for similar welfare issues on behalf of their membership. The major difference is that approach each association has employed to agitate for the welfare of their members. Some of the county assemblies that are said to have adjourned Sindai are on the scheduled recess, and these assemblies are expected to resume business in line with the calendar of sittings. There is need for the Senate to engage the SRC to find an amicable solution to the issue. The assemblies execute important constitutional mandates of oversight, lawmaking, and representation, without which the devolved systems will face serious challenges, and hence the need to adequately resource the assemblies. To this end, the Standing Committee of Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations undertakes to take the following steps to address the issue. 1, make a proposal to anchor the County Assembly Forum in law. I think this one is not well done.
Chairperson, are you done with your statement?
Sorry? Something missing here.
Senator Abbas, I hope you're not going to start from...
No, I'm not starting. I'm not starting. 2, schedule a meeting with the Salaries and Remuneration Commission and the Kenya Revenue Authority to discuss the issues concerning the remunerations and benefits of the members of the county assemblies. Honorable Speaker, meanwhile, the committee urges all parties to resort to consultation and dialogue to resolve the outstanding issues. Furthermore, the committee urges all county assemblies to continue performing their constitutional mandate role, bearing in mind that the Senate is looking into their welfare as provided for under Article 96 of the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, I wish to thank your office for the support accorded to the members of the committee in performing this duty and who work tirelessly to defend devolution. I also wish to acknowledge the secretariat's support that the committee has received from the office of the clerk. Attached to this report is the copies of the SRC circular on the remuneration and the aforementioned Gazette notice for your information. Thank you, Mr. Honorable Speaker. Interruption.
Honorable Senators, I will allow interventions, though limited, 2 from the government side and 2 from the opposition side, before we move to the next order. The Honorable Chiranke Samson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for the indulgence and the directions that you gave that we need a progress report. I want to laud your decision to allow this matter to give us a progress report. I think under Article 96, Mr. Speaker, sir, we should endeavor to protect devolution. And one of the key devolved organ is the county assemblies, Mr. Speaker. I laud the committee for this positive progress, and I hope your office and the leadership office, both majority leader and minority leader, will ensure when we retreat between the COG and the Senate, continue to have this discussion. Mr. Speaker, sir, what I was proposing to devolution committee is that why don't the devolution committee, led by our chair, able chair, Senator Abbas, transit this issue into the committee of the whole, where it will be chaired by Senator Abbas and Devolution Committee, so that the leadership of the House, both majority and minority, and also other colleagues who are not members of Devolve can sit here. Number two, and finally, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would really want to have gotten the position of the Devolution Committee, because we have several county assemblies, Mr. Speaker, sir, that are synodai, that have gone on recess, Mr. Speaker, not on recess, but they have adjourned indefinitely because of this matter. Number three, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would have expected by now, through Devolve Committee, the SRC, to give us a timeline of engagement. I don't want to call it return to work formula or CBA, which is synonymous with workers, Mr. Speaker, but to give us a take-home as SRC between the SRC and the MCA, so that we avoid, Mr. Speaker, a situation where the MCAs, because we were with the MCAs of several counties that are appearing before public accounts, Mr. Speaker, and they were telling us, like makwiny County Assembly, which appeared before us yesterday, they were indicating that in fullness of time, they might need to adjourn indefinitely. So, Mr. Speaker, can the Devolution Committee, if they can also brief the House on next week, Tuesday or Wednesday, as per your direction, understanding order number 1, to also give us direction on what SRC is doing and what Council of Governors is doing. On the issue of CAF, Mr. Speaker, we have proposed legislative and policy intervention to be anchored in law as a forum where these issues can be raised. Mr. Speaker, the MCS are looking upon us. This is their last line of defense. I want to call upon colleagues, let us stand with our leaders who are at mashinani, Mr. Speaker. These MCS, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, whenever there is a problem, they will always, Mr. Speaker, be at their home, be it a rambes, be it an issue in the village, be it everything, Mr. Speaker. So these MCAs are very important because they are the primary oversight. They are the role that we are playing, Mr. Speaker. With those very remarks, Mr. Speaker, thank you for giving the personal attention and the attention of the House this matter of MCAs. We hope it can be resolved so that MCAs can go back to their representative oversight and legislation work as provided by the Constitution. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator Wambua. Senator Wambua. Senator Oburu, you may have to wait for your chance.
It's okay, Mr. Speaker. I hear Senator Cheruiyot trying to issue code threats. I'll ignore that. Mr. Speaker, I've listened to the chairman of Devolution. I have listened to the response from Cherage. I am disappointed. I am disappointed, Mr. Speaker, because the instructions that you gave and the report that we have received today, the two are at variance. We were supposed to get a progress report on what would have transpired between that time and today. The Speaker, that report is so shallow that the chairman of Devolution is making reference to 16 counties. He can't even name the counties. He says 16 counties have adjourned synodai. We don't even know what those county assemblies are. Mr. Speaker, tomorrow I received a letter from your office. Tomorrow we are supposed to be having a meeting with the Council of Governors. And it will run through this weekend. I would have expected that the Committee on Devolution would have engaged the organizers of that event, because two of those organizers are senators here, Senator Roba and Senator Gajoan, to schedule a conversation on the sidelines to deal with this matter of MCRs while we retreat with governors in Naivasha. The Speaker, how is it that we will be having a meeting with the Council of Governors in Naivasha for an entire weekend, and the issue of the operations of 16 counties is not at the core of this conversation. The Speaker, I am disappointed because,
Senator Wambua, would you wish to be informed by Senator Kinyua?
Anytime, the Commissioner can inform me anytime, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to inform Senator Wambua that the governors